So I was reading this article yesterday about this decades-long study where they tracked a group of 4-year-olds for about 40 years. In this study, it started off with a fun experiment. They would take either a cookie or a marshmallow and they would stick it in front of this group of kids and they would tell them, hey, listen, if you hold off on eating the cookie or the marshmallow, you're gonna get another one later. In the 40 years that they tracked this group of kids, all of the kids that were able to have delayed gratification had a substantially better life in many ways. A lot of them didn't struggle with obesity, their finances were in order. Just overall, the idea of delayed gratification played really well for this group of kids. This makes me kind of think a lot of people, when they make decisions, they're not making decisions with thinking about a longer time horizon. A lot of the decisions that are being made with this idea of right now. And when I think about my own personal life, I realize that most bad decisions that I've made are made because of my time horizon, because I'm thinking so much in the now versus having a longer time horizon. A good example for me is like, I'm allergic to dairy, but damn, I love ice cream. When I make that bad decision to have the instant gratification, I pay for that later. And when we think about this in terms of real estate, I think about a lot of people who take the instant gratification of having low rent today because they don't want to deal with the pain of struggling through payments. But anybody who can flip this and go, well, you know what's worse is dealing with this later on in life. Maybe I should stay tight today. That way when I'm older and I don't have the energy to work, life is easier. And you think about this in all these different areas in the world, right? Like imagine if they built the roads with this idea that we only needed them for a month or a year. And you've seen that happen. Like you've gone to places and you go, man, they weren't thinking, why is there only 2 lanes? Well, because they didn't think about the issues of traffic, right? And so I want you to start thinking about things in a longer time horizon. And so when you're gonna make a decision, you need to ask yourself, how does this play out 5 years from now? How does this play out 10 years from now? And if you really want to challenge yourself, how does it play out 100 years from now? Now, of course, none of us are going to be around 100 years from now, but what does that mean for our children? What does that mean for our grandchildren? And I think if we start thinking like this, we can improve our life in many ways. So anyways, that's just a fun thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I'm always here if you got questions on anything real estate related.